Star Wars is considered to be one of the most iconic film franchises of all time, and for pretty good reason. The iconic space opera began in the 1970s as the brainchild of George Lucas, and we were introduced to characters such as Darth Vader, Luke Skywalker, Han Solo, and Princess Leia with Star Wars A New Hope. Ever since then, we've gotten 5 sequels, 2 of them that came directly after A New Hope, and 3 that came before, bringing the total up to 6. Well, here we are in 2016, and after the acquisition of LucasArts by Disney, we have Star Wars: The Force Awakens coming to theaters this December. This is a big deal considering many folks were wondering what Disney was going to be able to do with this franchise, that they were going to potentially give it the Disney treatment, which I guess means make it more marketable to kids. But then again, Disney also owns Marvel, and while there is a pretty big youth market in Marvel films, it's not necessarily something that's for all kids or really directed toward them. So I think a lot of that whole scrutiny, either that or fear, has kind of died down, especially with a couple of trailers that we've gotten, including one that we just got last night that has already sparked a goddamn controversy. Yeah, this is Cover Killer Nation versus the world, and this is Cover Killer Nation versus Star Wars, but more so than anything, this is Cover Killer Nation versus the Star Wars controversy that has just decided to pop up. Oh, goody gumdrops. So what's the big deal with all of this? What has caused all of this ruckus? It's something that seems really, really basic, and somebody's been thinking way too hard about stuff that they shouldn't have been. Someone actually said that this is a film that should be boycotted because it somehow promotes white genocide. I don't understand exactly what they mean by that. Is it because all the stormtroopers are white and the heroes are always destroying a bunch of stormtroopers? Is it some sort of parlay toward black dominance, considering Darth Vader was in a black suit and it seems like the new Emperor is in a black suit? Where the fuck is Luke Skywalker, everybody's wondering? I think I might know, but I think a lot of people also sort of figure that out as well. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. But once again, does that mean the black man has now risen to the top and he is now sending the white folks to die as black folks were sent to die in as early as the Civil War, being the human shield here in America? Is that what's going on? Because if that's the case, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my entire life. First of all, it's a film franchise, for Christ's sake. Let's back up a little bit. And also, people are pissed because one of the characters, one of the principal characters within this film, is being portrayed by an African-American individual, and I don't understand what the problem is with this. This character looks like he's going to have a very interesting angle to him, considering, and I don't want to spoil too much, he seems to really have one set of beliefs, one side. He's really on one side of the coin between the light and the dark side, but then all of a sudden realizes that his position in life, where he is not where he is designed to be. He instead needs to go on a journey in order to find what is right and what is best for him. And that is going to be a really, really cool idea and story arc. But why are people being so stupid about the rest of this? I really think that these people have way too much time on their hands to develop something like this, and develop it to the point where they're trying to get people to boycott the damn film. First of all, this is a film that is definitely going to break the $1 billion barrier, and considering we've already had 4 films this year that have done that worldwide, there is no reason not to expect Star Wars to do the exact same thing. It's really becoming a question of whether or not this film is going to be able to dethrone or usurp Jurassic World in doing it in the quickest period of time. And in reality, the one thing that could be said about all the people that are backing this boycott is that you're actually giving people, should I say, more of a reason to actually go to the film. More of the reason to go see it, because your thought process is absolutely ridiculous. But Star Wars is no stranger to the controversy. Star Wars is actually no stranger whatsoever to there being some sort of strange and elaborate plot being devised by one of the many fans or anti-fans of this franchise, considering, and this is good or bad, considering we have this, but at the same time, there was somebody that was able to somehow give this space opera the Jesus treatment. They were able to give this space opera the biblical treatment, stating that Luke Skywalker is a modern-day Jesus figure, and then other people said that Darth Vader is a Jesus figure, or it's a battle between good and evil, which is just like the Battle of Revelation. There have been many different theories that have been concocted about this film series, this film franchise that is linked to the Bible in some ways, that the Force is actually the Holy Spirit, that Yoda is actually God, considering he is delivering the great light and spirit to Luke Skywalker. Very similar to how he delivers that to Luke Skywalker, just like how God did that to Jesus in you get my point. These people are all being very creative. They're actually using their brains in order to concoct some sort of strange arc, some way to really give Star Wars an even larger-than-life reputation, or a larger-than-life meaning than perhaps is originally intended. It's originally intended to be a space opera that is about the clash between good and evil. It's about rising up and being part of a revolution in order to dethrone tyranny, which, if anything, that should be something that America makes a metaphor of. Really, that is something that should be made a metaphor of. It seems like some of our politicians are making that metaphor. I'm thinking of some of the people on the Democratic side and the Republican side. But at the same time, it's also something that really at the core root of America is exactly what the value is. Think about what happened with Britain. Think about how America rose up, had a revolution, and was able to dethrone what they suspected and felt was tyranny. That's just another theory. It's another theory. And that's something that makes Star Wars such an iconic and great franchise, the fact that these people have put these theories down. But now that we have a trailer that has over 16 million views in just 20 hours and has already sparked this outraging controversy, I think we really need to sit back and realize that this is just a film, that this is a work of science fiction. And I think that's where people are really starting to lose their grip whenever it comes to the world, or should I say the word, fiction. Some people are taking things incredibly to heart. This is actually kind of a minor blip on the radar. Cover Killer Nation versus the world, our real goal, our real drive, our desire is to expose all of the flaws. Our desire is to really expose all of the bullshit that is out there in this world today. And while there isn't a lot that really surrounds Star Wars, considering most of this is just ludicrous nonsense, it's instead something that poses as a very, I guess, poignant opening into the Pandora's box, into the rabbit hole, so to speak. This is something that really showcases that beginning at any idea, beginning at any film, any piece of music, any thought process in the world, it seems that here in 2015, we are going to devise a way in which to destroy it, devise a way in which to make it seem as though we're offending somebody. Here, I'll give you the perfect example. If I were to go outside right now, onto my porch, the very first thing that you would see if I pointed my camera would be, well, actually, let's take a look. Walk with me, talk with me, see my dirty home, because I don't give a shit right now. I'm out to prove a point. I'm out to prove a point. You're a Star Wars fan, how you doing? How's things going? Into my kitchen, I'm hungry, numbers. I don't know where my cat is, but... Here, the first thing that you see is a white car and a black car. Oh no, there's another white car over there. There must be something racist about this little area of the lot, considering there's 2 white cars and only 1 black one. See what I mean? Someone's going to get offended by that. I can almost guarantee you, someone's going to be offended by that. In conclusion, Star Wars is a film franchise that should be taken just as it is. Perhaps we should look at this as Han Solo and Princess Leia, and this is Darth Vader. Perhaps we shouldn't. Perhaps instead it's something where we have the Mother Mary and we have Jesus Christ, and oh no, it's evil Satan. Light or dark, black or white, whatever it may be, this is a film franchise that has given so many people a lot of great memories, not to mention a tremendous amount of joy for generations. And will continue to do so with the new trilogy coming out, and also the subsequent film series that will be happening right alongside of it. Talking about Rogue One, of course. So, for right now, let's just let the people enjoy things. And let's judge the film whenever it comes out. See whether or not it really has all of those ulterior motives that people think that it really has. I'm Cover Killer Nation, and I'm flushing this world down the toilet one topic at a time. If you want to watch it happen, hit that subscribe button.